If you had told me that my business was capable of having a $100,000 day when I started 6 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. There was no way I could have ever conceived that number to be possible. And yet, that is exactly what happened on September 7th, 2023. And I want to break down for you exactly how we hit that exciting milestone and what's going to happen next. My name is Jordan Maylea. I grew my personal brand from scratch to 20K months in 90 days. And today I help online business owners grow their audience and automate their sales so that you can have a business that works for you 24/7 and you don't have to. If you're new here, be sure and hit that subscribe button. I put out brand new videos on this channel every single week, and I don't want you to miss the next free training that I release. And we've got a lot of really exciting episodes coming up, so you definitely want to hit that subscribe button. All right, so $100,000 day. This is going to be a lot more casual of a video than what we normally do over here. Normally I'm very polished. I try to keep these really tight, but I just felt like this is like a milestone worth having a conversation over. Don't you agree? Like, this is huge. And I've had so many questions. Not a lot of people know that this happened, but the people who do know that it happened are like, oh my gosh, what did you do? Like, how did you get here? And I want to just share a little bit about what transpired to lead to that 100K day, and why I truly believe it's like possible for everybody. Okay. So, since I don't have like a script, I've got notes. I hope that's okay. I just want to make sure that I hit all the points that I want to talk about. And I think you can't talk about a 100K day without talking about like how it started, right? So I've been in online business since 2005. I worked with my mom inside the network marketing industry exclusively for about 10 years, and we had a lot of success there, but I had never had any training on how to build a personal brand or create and sell digital products or do any type of coaching or grow on social media or anything like that. And so I will never forget the first time I was exposed to the idea of having a sales funnel. It was in 2013. And I was so excited about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I remember I picked up the phone and I called my mom and I was like, there's this thing, it's called a sales funnel. You don't have to prospect anymore. Like, instead, you offer someone free value in exchange for their name and email address, and they opt in and now they're a lead, and then you can sell to them down the road. And she was like, how? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works. I just know that it exists. And we both really latched onto that idea because it seemed really exciting, the idea of being able to automate your sales and automate your leads. Now, this was in 2013. You probably know what a sales funnel is now in 2023, but in 2013, it wasn't something that a lot of people knew about. And so we put together our first funnel, and we were told by the person who taught us how to build the funnel that we needed to run an ad to it. So we ran a Facebook ad, which we'd never done before. And we spent a little over $300 to generate one lead. And we like panicked and turned it off, which in hindsight was actually a really good idea because you should never pay $300 for a lead. But that was our first experience with sales funnels. And I wish I could say that we like woke up the next day and like hit the ground running to build something better, but we didn't. It actually was going to be several years before we went on to build another funnel for our business. But in 2017, my mom and I decided to launch the Global Freedom Community together. It was at the time a coaching community for people in the network marketing industry. We had had success in network marketing. We were going to teach other people how to have success in network marketing. But in order to do that, we had to create a sales funnel. We had to create a digital course. We had to figure out how to build an audience, how to get traffic to that funnel, how to create a course, how to sell that course, and then how to deliver it in a way that people would enjoy it and get results, right? So there's a lot that went into it that we knew nothing about. We were network marketers, but we were like, okay, we know network marketing, we can teach network marketing, so we're going to build this course, and we're going to build a sales funnel to help us sell it. So we built our first funnel. It was a free offer with a $17 offer on the thank you page. And I will never forget, we hit publish on that funnel, and then my mom and I and my dad and my siblings, we all went on this like 10-day, totally like off-grid vacation where we actually stayed on a houseboat for 10 days. So my mom and I hit publish, we leave town the very next day, we come back 10 days later, and we just like have dollar signs in our eyes. We just can't wait to see all the people who joined our email list and all the sales that came in while we were gone. And I opened up our email provider and I wanted to see how many leads we had, and we had 0. And I thought that I was looking in the wrong place, because I was like, no way did this funnel not bring in any leads in 10 days. But it didn't. It didn't bring in a single lead. So of course it didn't bring in a single sale. No one ever even saw the offer. And so we went back to the drawing board. We didn't wait 4 years this time. We went back to the drawing board the very next day. A few weeks later, relaunched the funnel, changed up the freebie is what we changed up. The title, the hook, some of the bullet points. We just made a few little changes, not to the content of the freebie, just to the way that we presented it. And that funnel went on to generate us over $88,000 in sales in the next 10 months. Shortly after launching that funnel, about a month later, we launched our second funnel, which was a free webinar that sold a $97 product at the end of it. And we did the webinar live every single week for 12 or 16 weeks in a row, and finally got good enough that we felt like we had a good recording, and we automated it, and we ran that automated webinar funnel, and those two funnels combined, the free offer to the $17 offer and the free webinar to the $97 offer. Those two funnels went on to help us generate over $300,000 in sales in our first 10 months of business, and actually helped us scale from never having made a single sale online to $20,000 months in about 90 days, a little less than 90 days. So that was our experience with sales funnels, okay? And I think that's really important to share, that even though it was scratch, never having made a single sale, to 20K months in 90 days, when we first heard the idea, it was 2013. And that success story happened at the end in October of 2017. So I think it was really cool that in September of 2023, had our first 100K day, all right? So my mom and I continued to run that business together for several years. As our business grew, we had more and more people start to ask us, how do you create freebies? How do you create courses? How do you create sales funnels? And my mom and I both kind of found our own zone of genius within the business. And while we still cheer each other on and do a lot of awesome stuff together within our business, we really run two separate companies now. And she's like the master at systems and organization and business operations, and just really taking all the many tasks that we have to do in a day, in a week as online business owners, and simplifying it and making it doable for anyone, whether you're just getting started or you're doing it full time. That's my mom's zone of genius. And in this process, I kind of found that my zone of genius became sales funnels. I love sales funnels. I could talk about them all day, every day. And so today, my signature offer that I sell is called Laptop Lifestyle Academy. And it's a signature course where we help online business owners really learn how to grow an audience and automate their sales. Grow an audience, so you have followers, you have an audience of buyers who then can opt in to the two sales funnels that we help you create: freebie to a low ticket offer and free webinar to your mid ticket offer. And that's what we teach inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy. So I'm gonna pull out my notes. LLA was released for the first time in August of 2021, okay? And before I can really get into that though, I think I need to tell you a little bit about my business philosophy. And I really call it the laptop lifestyle philosophy. Because to me, laptop lifestyle means having the time, money, and freedom to do more of the things you love in the places you love with the people you love. That's laptop lifestyle. And the way that I do that, there's lots of ways to build an online business. There's 1,001 ways. They all work. But at the end of the day, if you're not building a business that is giving you the time, money, and freedom to do more of the things you love in the places you love with the people you love, are you really building yourself a business, or are you building yourself a job? And so when my mom and I got started, the reason we started with those 2 funnels was because we were not interested in a business that was going to require us to send cold DMs to reach out to people, like do cold reach outs. We were not interested in a business that was going to require us to trade time for money with high ticket one-on-one offers. We were not interested in a business that was going to require us to get on the phone and do sales calls every single day. We wanted a business that would work for us 24/7 so we didn't have to. And to me, that's the laptop lifestyle philosophy at its core. So the way that I do that is I have 2 funnels that are always working for me in my business. One is a lead magnet to a low ticket offer, and the other is a free webinar to a mid ticket offer. Those are the 2 funnels I have running in my business 24/7. Always working for me. Then 2 to 4 times a year, I do a live promotion of some kind. So every quarter, I try to do some kind of live promotion. And typically, I will do 2 live promotions a year of Laptop Lifestyle Academy. And then I will do either an affiliate promo or maybe a smaller like flash sale type promo that's just email based only. But I do those 2 to 4 live promos a year as an extra cash injection into my business, okay? So the Laptop Lifestyle philosophy, my business philosophy, what I teach inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy is to have 2 automated sales funnels that are running for you 24/7, and then back those up with 2 to 4 live promos a year that you do for an additional cash injection, okay? So that way you're closing leads and sales every single day. I've made at least 1 sale a day in my business every day for 6 years in a row. But then you have 2 to 4 times a year where you have a larger cash injection from some kind of live promo that you've done. So we released Laptop Lifestyle Academy in August of 2021. And this past September was the 4th time, September 2023, was the 4th time I have done a live promo of Laptop Lifestyle Academy. All right. So in 2 years, I've done 4 live promos for Laptop Lifestyle Academy. And my biggest piece of advice here in that 100K day, because that 100K day came from that live promotion, it's the 4th time I've done a live promo of that offer. So what does that require? That requires staying focused instead of getting shiny object syndrome or feeling like you have to go out and create all these different courses and different offers and coaching programs and different things. What if instead you just focused on getting really, really, really good at selling one thing, right? Not that you don't have other things that you sell. I have lots of things that I sell. That's what my automated funnels are for. But those live promos, I got really, really focused on getting really, really good at selling Laptop Lifestyle Academy. I call it my end game offer. It's my big favorite thing that I sell because I get to work really, really closely with our students and they create incredible results. In fact, just right before I started recording this video, one of our brand new students shared in the Facebook community that she's got her freebie funnel. So she came in September. She's got her freebie funnel created and launched now. And she got 240 leads from one post. Like, holy moly. Like, that's amazing. Those are the results we create inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy. And that is why I love it so much, right? So instead of creating all these different things, I was like, what if I could just focus on getting really, really, really good at this thing, okay? So that's my biggest thing. But you can't do that if you get shiny object syndrome and every 2 or 3 months, you're changing your mind and going a different direction and creating new products and creating new offers and doing all this stuff. That's fun. You can still do some of those things, But don't forget the one thing, your end game, that you're going to be really, really focused on. So that's my first tip. The second tip is to let the data drive your decisions. If you're one of my students and you're watching this, then you know what I'm about to say. I'm going to say the word analytics, right? Because analytics are how you make decisions in your business, right? In fact, it's really cool. The girl who just got 240 leads, a couple of weeks ago, she was really frustrated because she wasn't getting leads from her freebie. And so we looked at her analytics and we said, okay, your content is bringing in likes, comments, shares, followers. The leads are coming, right? We looked at her freebie capture page and we said, okay, people are coming to your freebie, but they're not opting in. So let's tweak the title. Let's, add, some extra bullet points. Like, let's play with that and see what we can do to get that conversion rate up. Because it's all data. Because it no longer becomes about emotion, it becomes about data. And that's how I have approached each of the 4 promotions that I've done for Laptop Lifestyle Academy. I do the promotion, I look at the data, and I think, okay, what worked really well? What can we do better next time? And every single time, we have more and more things that worked really, really well and less things that we have to do better next time. And every time it gets a little better and a little better and a little better, okay? So that's my first big tip. So, all right. The last time we did a live promotion for Laptop Lifestyle Academy was in January of 2023. It was the biggest, I call it a launch, I'll just use the word launch, even though it's the same program that we relaunch over and over again. But it was the biggest launch I'd ever had. It did $60,000 in sales. We brought in 50 students exactly and did like $61,000 in sales. This next launch that we did in September of 2023, it brought in $248,000 in sales. Every single thing about this launch, like fundamentally, was the same. The same offer, the same way that we promoted it was a free 3-day workshop. A lot of the same emails, a lot of the same social media posts, a lot of the same ads. There's a lot of things that were the same. But what did I just say? We look at the data, we say, okay, what worked really well? What can we do better for next time? So I'm going to share, if it's okay with you, what we did in each category of our business to go from $60,000 to $248,000 from one promo to the next, that both happened within the same calendar year, because that's a big piece of growth, right? So the first thing that I always look at is our attract strategy. How are we going to attract leads to this promotion? All right, so in the last 10 months or 9 months from between promotions, we spent a lot of time and energy, and when I say we, I'm talking about me and my team. We spent a lot of time and energy on our messaging. In fact, I had someone recently reach out to me and she was like, I don't know what's different about what you're doing, but it feels like you found your calling. Your marketing is absolutely amazing. And I just smiled and I was like, yes. It's because after 2 years of selling this product, I finally know how to talk about it, right? Like I got better and better and better at refining my messaging. So one of the things that we did was I created a ton of content in the last 10 months for primarily YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And I just looked at the analytics and I figured out, what does my audience love? What do they not love? What's bringing in followers? What's bringing in leads? And I focused on creating more and more and more of the content that was resonating with my audience and less and less and less of the content that wasn't resonating. Okay? That's simple. So that messaging taking into account, then it comes down to how are we actually generating the traffic? And I think the biggest thing is this year, I finally kind of got the confidence to combine organic growth and ads. I have not run paid ads in my business in quite a long time. Been burned by ads before, burned by ad agencies before. I've just had some really bad experiences with ads. But I started running ads in my business again back in April of this year. And I'll talk about what we ran ads to here in a minute, but we did actually like spend a decent chunk of change on ads. And the reason that I was able to do that is because I knew my numbers, I knew my data, and I knew if we could get X number of people registered for this free workshop, we could get X number of sales. So it's really easy to scale up with ads when you have several promotions under your belt and you kind of know your numbers and you kind of know it's less of a gamble, right? You're not really gambling, you're like betting on yourself, right? But you're also looking at the data and you can say, this number of leads results in this number of sales, so this number of leads will result in that number of sales. So primarily for organic growth, we used Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube over the course of this year. And I really think it was a full 10 months of growth, or 9 months, I'm sorry, a full 9 months of growth that contributed to the launch. It wasn't necessarily what we did the last 30 days. It wasn't necessarily what we did the last 60 days. It was all of it combined. But the last like 60 days leading up to the launch in September, we really threw a lot into Facebook and Instagram ads to build the email list. Because I knew if I could get people on my email list, even if it was costing me money now, I could make that money back up in the future. All right. So after your attraction strategy, you've got to look at your capture strategy. So attract is how you bring people into your world. Capture is how you keep them in your world by turning a casual viewer or a follower into a lead. So we do that through freebie funnels, which is exactly what we teach inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy. That's exactly what I do in my own business. And so what I did is I had a freebie offer, and I actually tested over the summer 3 new freebies. From April, May, and June, I tested 3 new freebies. There were 2. There was one that just like knocked it out of the park. There was one other one that's also performing really, really well. There was one that just like totally sucked. So the last 60 days moving into this launch, we put all of our effort into the one freebie that was knocking it out of the park. And ironically, that freebie was also the one that was most aligned with our offer. And so when you come into Laptop Lifestyle Academy, one of the first things I teach you is to create congruency between what you're posting on social media, what your freebie is, what your low ticket offer is, and what your in-game offer is. So that the same person who would see your social media post and say, oh my gosh, that's amazing, would also see your end game offer and be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You want that bridge to be very clear and very straight and very short, I like ideally, right? So that your content, your freebie opt-in, your low ticket offer, your in-game offer, they're all very, very congruent and all targeting the same person, helping them solve the same kind of problems. Okay? So, how did I drive traffic to that freebie? I already told you about the ads, right? So we ran ads to 3 freebies, and then we used the data to confidently spend more. And I'm going to say we used data to confidently spend more than what felt comfortable. Okay? I was scared out of my mind some days. Like when I finally determined the ad budget for the promo, I was like a little terrified. And I think, I don't recommend that for your first launch at all. Like I said, I have lost my shirt on ads more than once. I don't recommend ads when you're first starting out. I definitely don't recommend spending more than what you can afford on ads when you're first starting out. When I first start running ads, I know that I'm not going to be profitable for 90 days. Like I look at whatever I'm going to spend over the first 90 days, I need to be willing to just take that money and burn it and throw it away, because it could take 90 days to optimize your ads and make them profitable. So by the time we got close to this launch, we'd already gone through that phase, which we did, and I knew what worked. I looked at the data, and I had the data from our past launches to know how many leads we would need to get X number of sales. So I used the data to spend more than what felt comfortable. But what's really interesting is out of all of our leads for this free workshop, only 50% of them came from ads. The other 50% came from my organic content. And here's how. So that means I could have theoretically, we had a $250,000 launch, theoretically could have had a $125,000 launch with no ads. Okay? Like that's very important. Ads were not what made this work. Ads simply took something that was already gonna work and amplified it. Just like ads would have taken something, if there was something that wasn't going to work and you throw money at it with ads, it's just gonna amplify the failure, right? You're just gonna lose more money. So I think that's really important because a lot of people think, oh, well, of course she's having success. She just, spent a lot of money on ads. I was able to spend money on ads because I was having success. I hope that makes sense. So how did I generate 50% of my leads organically with no ads? It's very simple. And if you're in the Laptop Lifestyle Academy, you're going to roll your eyes because you are going to hear me say it. You're going to post consistently on at least one social media platform every single day. And you're going to use a call to action to your freebie funnel in 80% of that content. That's it. It's that simple. That's how one of our newest students just got 240 leads from a single post. You are going to post consistently on at least one social media platform every single day, and you're going to use your freebie as the call to action and at least 80% of your content. All right? So we've talked about attracting, we've talked about capturing. Let's talk about the third step, which nobody talks about enough, which is nurturing. So nurturing is your Facebook group. Nurturing is live videos, which I'll talk about in a second. And then I think one of my most valuable nurturing strategies is this YouTube channel. So nurturing is basically, how do you take care of someone once they're on your list? How do you nurture trust and authority? It's not just nurturing, it's nurturing trust and authority. How do you start establishing yourself as an expert that these ideal clients know, like, and trust and want to do business with? Okay? So the way that you can do that first and foremost is just by showing up consistently. But I like to do it in three primary ways. I have a Facebook community that's got over 12,000 members. And typically the way that people get into my Facebook community is they opt into my freebie. And then in the email where I deliver that freebie, I invite them to join the Facebook group. And then once a week, I send out a post. I do a post in that Facebook group, a very high value post. And I send out an email and say, hey, if you want this post, I just did a post about X, Y, and Z topic. If you want to learn more about it, come to the Facebook group, read the post. So I'm always driving people that are on my email list to join my Facebook group. So that's one way that I nurture, okay? The other way that I nurture is with Facebook Lives. So currently we don't have the bandwidth in our business, my team and I, to go live every single week. It's one of my goals for 2024 is to go live once a week in the Facebook group. But leading up to a live promo, you can absolutely bet I'm going to be going live at least once a week. So what I did the whole month of August is I went live in our Facebook group once a week with some kind of high value content that was related to the topic of the free workshop. So I was warming people up. I was getting them excited. I hadn't started talking about the free workshop yet, but I had them all really, really excited about that topic. So then when I announced the workshop, people were instantly interested because I'd already been talking about it. I'd already been framing it. And then same thing with the YouTube channel. I released a video on this channel every single week. And in the weeks leading up to the launch, I tried to keep the video topics on this channel very, very, very focused on what that Laptop Lifestyle Academy product is about and talk about topics that were very aligned. So you hear me use the word alignment a lot because it's all about alignment. Content that you're putting out on social media, the freebie, the low ticket offer, the free workshop that you're going to do for this live promo, or webinar, or however you're going to promote it, right? Challenge, webinar, workshop. Those are the three best ways to do a live promo for a mid-ticket offer. So when you start thinking about some of those things, or mid to high ticket, right? You want it all to be very, very aligned. So leading up to that launch, I drilled that down even more, made sure that my messaging was as clear as it could possibly be. From there, you got to talk about convert. All right. So attract, capture, nurture, convert. So I've already shared the way that we did this launch was with a free 3-day workshop that at the end on the last day, I sold Laptop Lifestyle Academy. Now, one change we did make is we raised the price of Laptop Lifestyle Academy this time. Historically, I've always sold it for $9.97. This time we sold it for $14.97. I don't know that we'll ever sell it for $14.97 again because it really is, with the level of coaching and support and access to me and things that you get, it's at a bare minimum of a $19.97 program. It's probably way more like a $3,000 program. I don't think I'll ever price it that high just because I want to make it more accessible for people. But as we grow and we invest more and more and more into the coaches and the training and the systems that we teach in there, I don't know that I'll ever sell it at $14.97 again. So we had a free 3-day workshop and then at the end sold the $14.97 offer. Okay, now what have I already talked about? In addition to alignment, I have talked about data and analytics and letting the data drive the decisions. Well, one big thing that was better this time than last time, like in the September launch than the January launch, is in the January launch, in the middle of the live workshop, I came down with COVID. My family and I spent the whole first week of 2023 at Walt Disney World. I'm pretty sure I was patient 0 in the family and I caught COVID first and I gave it to my whole family. And oh my gosh, I got so sick. We actually all kind of got we all felt like we had the flu. Like it was very much like fever, cough, fatigue. And so in the middle of the January launch, I got COVID. And I remember the day that the cart opened, like literally having to stop in the middle of the live workshop and mute myself and blow my nose. And if you've never had to blow your nose in front of hundreds of people who are staring at you about this close to the screen, it's a very humbling experience, I'm just gonna say, especially if you do it like multiple times and you're trying to sell something to them. So props to everyone who came into LLA in January when I was so sick. So one of the things that did not work well in January was all the promotion that happened during the open cart period. The cart opened and anything that I had done ahead of time and had scheduled and automated, it did really well. Like anything else, it just didn't happen because I was really, really sick. I did not feel well. And so we doubled down on what worked. We repeated what worked, but then we also looked at where were there holes last time that we can do better. And so a couple of things I did that highly contributed to the 100K day specifically was a pay in full bonus. Okay, so we had a pay in full bonus that I'd never offered before. I had an inner circle package this time. So this was, you could come in on the standard package or the inner circle. This was really interesting because I've always offered some kind of VIP package, but that's just what I called it, was a VIP package. This time I called it inner circle and I changed the messaging a little bit. And that ended up we sold more inner circle packages in September than we have in the last 2 years, which I just thought was really, really interesting from just a few changes to the messaging. And then something else that I included this time was an upsell package. Now, I had an upsell in January, but it was one of the pieces that I did not have it wasn't done ahead of time. So I very clearly remember creating the upsell page and even recording the upsell video while I was running a fever in the middle, right before the cart opened the night before. And we sold 2 upsells in January and I'm shocked we even sold 2, to be honest. Props to Molly and Margaret who saw my really low energy, I'm so sick right now upsell video that I tried really hard to hide how I was feeling, but you watch that video and it's just sad. It was not well done and the page was not well done. It was really just not a well done page. So this time we planned in advance. We had the upsell page done, ready to go. The video was amazing. I had a professional designer come in this time and design all of my funnel pages and slide decks and everything, which I've never done before, which was really, really awesome. So we had everything done ahead of time, which was great. And those three things, the pay in full bonus, the inner circle package, and the upsell package, really highly contributed to the 100K day. And those were all things that we hadn't done or had done poorly in the past. And the last thing that really, really was a big contributing factor was my team. So in January, it was just me and one other person on the team. And this time around, we had a team of 5 people. And that really elevated the customer experience during the workshop, all right? So during the workshop, if you had a question and you sent us a DM or you sent us an email, you were getting answered usually in less than an hour, which I just think was amazing. Which is something that when there's only 1 or 2 people, you do not have the capacity to do that in the middle of a big launch because you've got so much going on, you've got to compartmentalize and stay focused on one task at a time. So I was checking email like once a day, I was checking DMs twice a day. This time, everything was getting checked all the time. I mentioned the designer. We had a really great designer who came in and just knocked it out of the park. And I think that helped elevate the professionalism of everything that we did. We had people helping us with ads. We had people helping us just with so many things. But as a team of 5, I literally looked at my team afterwards, and in our celebration call afterwards, I told them, I don't think this would have happened without a single one of you. Everyone had a crucial role to play, and everybody showed up and played that role. And I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful because it was an amazing experience getting to watch everybody. Now, that's kind of it, all right? That was what changed. And I think that's kind of cool, right? It's okay, what changed from a $60,000 launch to a $250,000 launch? What changed from a launch that in 10 days did $60,000 to the very next launch in the same calendar year, you had a $100,000 day? What changed? Not a whole lot. We stayed highly focused. We focused on the metrics that mattered, and we identified where we did well, where we could have done better, and we focused on improving where we could have done better. And that was it. The training over the 3 days of the workshop was the same. The copy on the sales page was the same. The emails that went out in the follow-up process were the same. Almost everything was the exact same. But we tweaked a few little things here and there, and we doubled down on what worked, and we focused on what we could improve. And that's it. That's how you go from 60K in 10 days to a 100K day. All right? So a lot of people ask, okay, cool, what's next? What's going to happen next? Now that you've hit this, what are you going to focus on? And to me, it comes down to 3 things. The first and foremost is we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I don't know what it is about us as entrepreneurs, but it's so often we stop doing what's working because we get bored, or we want to go try something new, or we hear about some new shiny object. And I am not doing that. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, which is 2 automated funnels that run in the background, generating leads and sales every single day, 24/7, with 2 to 4 live promotions a year. That is never going to change anytime in the foreseeable future. The second thing I'm going to focus on is a greater focus on continuity. So Russell Brunson defines continuity as recurring revenue. And recurring revenue is something I have found gives the company a lot of stability, and recurring revenue is what allows you to scale. So we're actually have been testing a new software, a funnel software that we built called Laptop Lifestyle Funnels. It's not available to the public yet if you're seeing this in November of 2023. But we actually thought, okay, what would be a really great next step? And having put so many students through LLA, we recognized that one of the biggest bottlenecks and one of the biggest hurdles for people is how insanely expensive and ridiculous software is. Like, to find a good all-in-one software is usually at least $150 a month. It's the one that I used to recommend still isn't robust enough to support a business at my size. And so my business is spending around $1,700 a month in software. And I thought, wow, what if I could create a really, really powerful all-in-one solution for my students that's actually affordable for less than $100 a month, that does all of their funnels, their website, their email marketing, their text message marketing, like literally everything you need to run a business, hosts your courses, delivers your courses, community for your students. Like, what if I could create something to allow someone to truly launch and grow and scale a business to 20K months and beyond with at less than $100 a month? And that's something that's been in the works now for a little over a year. Back in July, we rolled it out to a really small group of students. Currently, we've got about 50 or 60 people in the platform, and it's amazing. We actually ran this entire launch. All of the funnels, the emails, everything all went through this new software. And so this software helped contribute to our first 100K day, which I just think is amazing. And so we're actually releasing it to the public on Black Friday of 2023. So depending on when you're watching this video, it's either coming up in a couple of weeks or maybe it's already passed, but I will put the link to the waitlist in the description below. The platform is called Laptop Lifestyle Funnels, and I'm just so proud of it. And I'm so proud of what our students are doing with the software and the platform, and watching them build their courses and their lead for their freebie funnels and their low ticket offers and their sales pages. Like, it's amazing watching people do it, and I'm really, really excited about it. And that's something that's going to give our company recurring revenue continuity, something that's going to give us more stability so we can scale and continue to grow. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be putting a very heavy focus on in 2024. The third thing is systems and operations. So systems and operations are basically the things that allow your business to create better results by putting in less effort. So there's a rule that 80% of your results are driven by 20% of your actions. So we're going to be really focused on that 20% of our activities that are generating 80% of our company's revenue. And if it falls outside of that, it's either going to be eliminated, ideally, or delegated, but mostly eliminated. So that's the big thing. And then we're going to systemize and automate more on a bigger scale so that the entire team can work less and earn more. And I actually just brought on someone new who's helping me with that. And like in their first week of working with our team, they took one of the tasks in our business that belongs to one of our team members, like a task that she is responsible for. And within 1 week, he was able to eliminate 20 hours a month of work for her with automations and systems. So that's going to be a big focus for us moving forward in 2024, is how can we systemize and automate as much as possible so that the entire team can work less and earn more. All right. So that's my story of my first 100K day, which is absolutely incredible. And if you are still watching, you are absolutely incredible, because this is a long-winded video, but I just wanted to share everything that's been on my heart over the last 6 weeks. If we've been soaking this in and serving we have 142 new students in Laptop Lifestyle Academy. We've been serving the heck out of them. It's been amazing. And my husband and I took a 1-week trip to Belize for our 5th year wedding anniversary, and we just got home, and I just wanted to just share all the things that have been on my heart, and how grateful I am, and really what we did to make that happen. So I put together one of my free resources that people really, really love, is our automated sales funnel blueprint. So if you want to see the 2 sales funnels that I mentioned multiple times through this video that run in the background 24/7 to deliver you leads and sales every single day, whether you're working or not, you can go to globalfreedomcommunity.com/blueprint to grab that free resource. I'm also going to link it for you below, and I'm going to link the Laptop Lifestyle Funnels link for you below as well, because inside that software, we have actually designed over 42 template pages to help you build out those funnels using the exact templates and pages, like the exact layouts and designs that I've used to generate over 7 figures in sales. And so in the same emails, we have email sequences in there already pre-written for you. They're like Mad Lib style, so you just have to go in and fill in the blanks, make them fit for your niche, your business. So pretty remarkable. The student that got 240 leads today, actually she's a business that she helps people plan authentic trips to Italy. And so these funnels work for so many amazing niches, whether you're in the money-making niche or we've got artists and affiliate marketers and people in the education niche. And we've got a student who helps women who work in male-dominated industries, and we've got happiness coaches and just like so many amazing people. Anyway, it's so amazing. You're definitely gonna want to check it out when it's available to the public and get on the wait list if this is before Black Friday and you're watching this. And in the meantime, I have asked YouTube to recommend the best next video for you, which you can watch right here. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go so that you'll be notified the next time we release a new episode on this channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.